Yo, what's going on, people? Uh, if you've been seeing some of my videos or anything, could you subscribe? Trying to get some other subscribers. You know what I mean? I just be telling different stories of my life. I'm 74 years old. Here in the city of Flint, retired from General Motors. You know what I mean? And really just sitting around, just talking. You know what I mean? And hope people enjoy some of my stories of my life and different experiences that I went through. And I was speaking about the UAW. You know what I mean? I'm a member of the UAW. 599 headliner. 599. You still get these retirement papers. You know what I mean? And I had worked at General Motors back when in the 70s. I had I started working in 69 and I had got drafted into the military, but I joined the Navy. It's a story about the Navy too. I'm going to tell that too. Some of my experiences in the Navy. And, but I want to kind of recap on the UAW. Uh, I remember when I first started working at the UAW. Uh, I worked before I had went into the military and then got drafted. Then after I got out the military, I started back. You know what I mean? And working in the 70s. And around that time, I was doing good. Had got me a car, a Monte Carlo, black on black Monte Carlo with the swivel seat. It had swivel seats in it. That was nice, you know what I mean? And we went on strike in the 70s, and that was one of the longest strikes that General Motors ever had. The UAW ever had against General Motors Buick plant here, and it was pretty bad, you know what I mean? But I'd seen at around in the 70s, they really kind of needed workers, you know what I mean? So we struck and we got higher pay, more benefits. And then around in the 80s, you know, they came up with a thing that they would come to on your job and call it ergonomics, you know what I mean? To more or less try to see, what stress and everything you putting on your back or different jobs, you know what I mean? So they could kind of make it easier, arrange the different parts that or your machine so you can easily get to it, right? But the ergonomics, it was a trick bag. That's what it was. Since I look back at it, you know what I mean? They come with the ergonomics. You see how many parts you can run, and then they go back. And every year we have a changeover. You know what I mean? In the summertime, they change parts and then the dies and everything for the new model year. And I had worked a job that I would build bumper brackets, that a bumper bracket that you would put on that they would put on to the frame. Then they put the bumper on it. Then when if you get in an accident, the bumper won't just crash. It'll more or less kind of go back, like, you know what I mean. So I was on the side building these bumper brackets. It was a sub assembly job. The assembly line was there. So I was building the brackets, putting them in a basket, and the person up on the line would get them out the basket and put it on to the car. And, you know what I mean? So, me kind of, after I worked the job for a while, Then shoot, I seen I could build up and build up brackets. I have to keep enough brackets inside the basket for the person to put on the car. So I started building up fast brackets. I even take my break time and just be building when the line is down. I'll build up brackets. I was building up all these extra brackets so I could be able to sit back, you know what I mean, and not have to be working because I could see the basket as it's getting low. Then I get up and start to build more brackets. You know what I mean? And the foremen, they were, looking at me, watching how I'm working, right? You know what I mean? And so they worked pretty good. They allowed it at the time, but they were just allowing it, watching. I seen to see how they could be able to ergonomically change the job. You know what I mean? So I had uh, applied for another job in the steel plant, Plant 12. You know what I mean? So I went over there probably about in the middle of the year. And so about the end of the year, after changeover came, then I went back over there, just walking through on my break. You know what I mean? On your break, you can, that 30 minutes you go from plant to plant, visit your friends and things. And so I go back there where I was building the bumper brackets at, just to see how the job was, if it was the same or not. I went back over there, if they had did, what I mean, which they weren't going to try to have me to do it because they had two people on the job. One was that was putting it on, the one that was building. And after the changeover, I went back over there and they done switched it. So the person that's on the line putting on the bumper brackets, he got to put on the bumper bracket on the line while the car is moving. Then he got to go and start building brackets in between the time that the cars is 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 moving. So you ain't getting no break. You know what I mean? You steady working the whole time. You know what I mean? 8 hours a day. You know what I mean? Like no break besides your little 15-minute break before lunch and after lunch and your lunchtime. So they combined the person where they used to have two people on the job, they took away one and had one person on the job. The person putting on the bracket and building the supplies that you need to even put on the the car, the bumper bracket. And I said, man, that's ergonomics. You know what I mean? They wasn't doing it to try to ease the situation for the employee. They was ergonomically the way that they could eliminate people from the job and put more work on one person. You know what I mean? I said, man, this is crazy. You know what I mean? That was on that part. I'm going to stop this here now and I'm going to do another recap on when them damn robots came in. Man,